stabbed in the back. It's like the dark brotherhood all over again.
If I see Frey... Need to stay focused in case Frey comes back. Make it fast. That pig? Oh, I have info on him. More than you care to know. Vald? Good side? Think you have the wrong person. The only thing Vald understands is gold. A man after my own heart. Sure, but he'll ask for a whole lot. I mean, you are asking him to betray Mercer Frey. Your best bet would be to erase his debt with Maven Blackbriar. If you talk to her, she might be able to give you the details. Of course, you could just run him through and take what you need off his corpse. I could care less. While you're in there, help yourself to anything in Frey's manor. I would.
If those Whiterun guards can take down a dragon, so can we.
Everything all right?
Heard about you and your honey.
Long life to you, Thane. Is that an amulet of Mara? I'm surprised someone like you isn't spoken for. Looks like you've already got someone with you.
Greymane or Battleborn? Got stones in your ears? I asked what side you're on. Greymane or Battleborn? Then I say, well met, friend. I could tell you were a sharp one the moment I laid eyes on you. Haven't you heard it by now? He made the mistake of supporting the Stormcloaks, and it cost him. Bitter news for his family, but a fate they should have expected. He fought on the wrong side, and he paid for it. That's all I have to say. Long live the Empire.
Hail, companion.
Be careful, Leo. The Thieves' Guild has Maven Blackbriar at her back. One snap of her fingers and you could end up in Riften jail. Or worse.
I used to be an
They
adventurer
represent
like
the
you.
reason I'm here. I can't just ignore them, Eren.
I know. I just don't want you to leave. You're the only good thing that's happened to this city in a long time.
Well met, friend. How can...
I've never seen Mjolnir this upset about anything. The city really gets to her.
Come see me in the market if you're looking for the finest custom jewelry in all of Skyrim. Hmm? Safe travels, Landstrider.
Let me guess. Someone stole your sweet roll.
What now?
Any luck gathering those sorry. Just thinking about my experiments.
Do you need something? I knew you'd miss me.
Fancy yourself the adventuring type, eh? It's just as well. I doubt your combat prowess would prove valuable in a real battle anyway. I was trained by some of the finest warriors in all Skyrim to wield a blade as if it was an extension of my own arm.
How can a humble servant of Talos help you today?
What's this nonsense I've been hearing? How dare you call Bolli a deadbeat?
If he paid what he owes, I wouldn't have to say anything. Besides, what in oblivion do you care?
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, come off it, Niv. We both know
It's so bright out here. I don't know how you
you
stay.
don't need to put on an act for my benefit.
If you're looking for a handout, you want to speak with... Bolli's around somewhere, planning to feed the poor with his nonsense about Mara.
There's someone I like very much in Riften. I think I'd like to marry him someday. But, well, he's not of my kind. Would Mara be angry?
No, not at all. Mara believes that the spark of a union comes from inside us, not from our appearance. Tell you what, if you still feel unsure, come by the temple sometime and we'll talk about it. Visiting Riften? All are welcome at the Temple of Mara.
Ours is to smile at your passing, friend.
I presume you're bothering me for... What in the name of oblivion do you want? Vald? Why would you want to help that idiot? He owes me a steep debt. In fact, he's lucky all I did was force him to work for Mercer.
I think you've had plenty.
A few years back, I
you should
commissioned a
head on home.
unique quill from a good friend of mine in Winterhold. Vald was tasked with getting it here safely, and it ended up at the bottom of Lake Honrick.
Suit yourself.
The wizards called it the Quill of Gemination, and demanded a tremendous amount of gold to have it made.
Riften has
If you
problems
can
of its
locate
own.
the quill and
Now is
return it
not
to
the
me,
time for
something Vald was
exploration
too
and discovery.
stupid to do himself,
I'm relieved to hear you
I'll
say
consider the debt
that. If you were to
satisfied.
leave, I'd miss you too.
Erin, I owe you my
The
life.
quill was supposed to
will
allow me
take
to
effect to all
duplicate
of
any writing
Skyrim
I'm
for me to
viewing in
depart.
exacting detail. I'm sure you can understand how useful that would prove in a business situation, especially where signatures were involved. Fortunately, the quill required an ink with a unique formula known only to myself. So if you're getting any ideas about selling it to someone else or keeping it, you'll find it would hold little value. I had Vald meet the caravan from Winterhold on the western end of the lake, so he could avoid the roads. The idiot got lost in the mist and ran his boat right over some rocks, sending it straight to the bottom. He's too stupid to remember where he was, and any attempt I've made to find it in the past has been unsuccessful. Vald said his rowboat struck some rocks. I'd check under the water near one of the small islands in the lake. Perhaps you should start at the docks and work your way out towards Golden Glow Estate. I believe we're done.
Working at the Riften fishery is tough, but it puts some coin in my pocket.
Protect yourself right. Buy armor from Grelka.
Yes?
I'll hang back for a bit, but you're not leaving me behind. This is too important.
Staying safe, I hope. Aha! A fellow Nord. I trust you're bringing the fight to the Empire?
Is someone there? You won't get the best of me.
What was that?
What was that? I guess I was just hearing things. Go to the college, Da said. Use your smarts, he said. Like I'm supposed to figure out which college he meant.
Should have known she was lying. She said she'd wait for me, but they never wait.
just need one good haul.
With the rapiers down, the orc did sound and bid the elf goodbye. For none could know 'twas not for show, and someone had to die.
Might pay off my bounty this time. Walk into the city a free man.
Once was a woman as fair as an evening of springtime in old Strosmakai.
2 3s? What was he thinking? Fool never saw me pull the ace out of my boot.
Need me some skooma. The imported stuff. Just one last time.
Retire someday. Get myself an island.
Lying little harlot.
Now ain't this a surprise? Just a...
need to stay focused in case Frey comes back. Make it fast.
Cultural bloke. Gotta keep my eyes open for Mercer.
We've scoured the town and I've spoken to every contact we have left. No sign of Mercer. Any luck on your end? Shoresbeard. He's going after the eyes of the Falmer? That was Gallus's pet project. If he gets his hands on them, you can be certain he'll be gone for good, and set up for life. Agreed. He's taken everything the Guild has left, and to go after one of the last greatest heists is just an insult. I've spoken to Carlia and made amends for how the Guild's treated her. Now she wishes to speak with both of us. Quickly, we have no time to lose. Until next we meet, lass.
Everything you asked for. Hope this deal goes through. Putting quite a bit of coin on the line. The last...
Not now, lass. Carlia said it was important.
They were a sure thing, I swear. Just better hope this one isn't another waste of my coin.
Not now, lass. Carlia said it was important. Not now, lass. Carlia said it was important.
I promise you, all your questions will be answered. Brynjolf, the time has come to decide Mercer's fate. Until a new guildmaster is chosen, the decision falls to you.
Aye, lass. And I've come to a decision. Mercer Frey tried to kill both of you. He betrayed the Guild, murdered Gallus, and made us question our future. He needs to die.
We have to be very careful, Brynjolf. Mercer is a nightingale, an agent of Nocturnal.
It's all true. Everything I heard in the stories. The Nightingales, their allegiance to Nocturnal, and the Twilight Sepulchre.
That's why we need to prepare ourselves and meet Mercer on equal footing. Just outside of Riften, beyond the southeast gate, is a small path cut up the mountainside. At the end of that path is a clearing, and an old standing stone. I'd ask you both to meet me there.
What now? All right, let's see what you have. What is it? And go where? You can't just leave me alone whenever you feel like it. I'm coming with you, like it or not. Where'd you come from?
I'll see you in pieces.
This won't end well for you.
Buying and selling fine jewelry here.
Guard might get nervous. A woman approaches with a weapon drawn.
could have left it. I could have...
Dirge told me you made it into the guild. You need dirt on anything, you talk to me. Well, you got Maven. She pretty much runs the whole operation. She's got friends in high places, if you know what I mean. She's also got ties to the Dark Brotherhood and the Thieves Guild, so basically, no one can touch her. Just remember, if she tells you to do something, you damn well better do exactly what she says. The only thing I heard is a rumor that a boy named Aventus Aretino in Windhelm has been attempting to contact the Dark Brotherhood. He used to live here in Riften at the orphanage on the other side of town, but I think he ran away. Can't say I blame him. Be seeing you around.
Could have left it. I could have put it back. You must take the lexicon. Free me of my burden. The memories, I cannot stand them. You must take them away, return them to Avonshenzel. You must take the lexicon from me. Please, take it now. You must bring it to Avonshenzel in the west. Return it to them. It must go back. It's yours now. I won't take it back. I won't.
I'm glad you're here. This is the headquarters of the Nightingales, cut into the mountainside by the first of our kind. We've come to seek the edge we need to defeat Mercer Frey. If you'll follow me, I'll try to explain on the way. This way, please. It's just ahead. Please. Keep following.
So this is Nightingale Hall. I heard about this place when I joined the guild, but I never believed it existed.
The assumption that the Nightingales were just a myth was seeded within the guild on purpose. It helped divert attention from our true nature. What's wrong, Brynjolf? I can almost hear your brow furrowing.
I'm trying to understand why I'm here, lass. I'm no priest, and I'm certainly not religious. Why pick me?
This isn't about religion, Brynjolf. It's business. This is Nightingale Hall. You're the first of the uninitiated to set foot inside in over a century. Now, if you'll both proceed to the armory to don your Nightingale armor, we can begin the oath.
Time's wasting, and Mercer's still out there. Let's get this going. This is enough to make your head spin, eh?
You appear hesitant to don your Nightingale armor. What's troubling you?
This is enough to make your head spin, eh?
You appear hesitant to don your nightingale armor. What's troubling you? Gallus, Mercer Frey and I were once members of what's known as the Nightingale Trinity. The Trinity disbanded 25 years ago when Mercer Frey betrayed us by slaying Gallus and dumping his body in the ruins of Snowvale Sanctum. Indirectly, the Trinity is usually selected from the ranks of the Guild, although its existence is a closely guarded secret. The Nightingales protect the Temple of Nocturnal, a place known as the Twilight Sepulchre. She's the mistress of night and darkness, and the patron of every thief in Tamriel. Nocturnal isn't one for worship and reverence. There are no priests and no sermons, no services, and no alms. She influences our luck, and in return, demands payment. You're closer to understanding than you realize. The only difference is she doesn't demand payment in the traditional sense, and sometimes the cost can be quite high. Whether you know it or not, Nocturnal dictates how well we perform as rogues. Again, you have to think differently. Haven't you ever noticed how our luck behaves? Like a novice picking an impossible lock, or a blind man suddenly turning to face you as you reach for his pocket. It's through these subtle means that Nocturnal influences us. Nocturnal's whim is the greatest mystery to everyone. There have been volumes written on the subject. Does she exact payment when we die? When we suffer, does she revel in our misery? No one knows. The return certainly seems worth the risk, though. From the moment you were struck with my poisoned arrow at Snowvale Sanctum, my path changed its course. Perhaps I couldn't bring Mercer back alive, but together, we were able to clear my name and to put Gallus's memory to rest. I'd always intended Mercer's fate to ultimately be decided by the Guild, and it seems they've spoken. It's my hope that you will, yes. This isn't about religion or destiny. This is nothing more than a business transaction between yourself and Nocturnal. Consider this an extremely risky job, but with a massive potential for profit, and you'll do fine. Proceed down the hall to the gate when you're ready.
Okay, lass. We've got these get-ups on. Now what?
Beyond this gate is the first step in becoming a nightingale.
Whoa there, lass. I appreciate the armor, but becoming a nightingale? That was never discussed.
To hold any hope of defeating Mercer, we must have Nocturnal at our backs. If she's to accept you as one of her own, an arrangement must be struck.
What sort of arrangement? I need to know the terms.
The terms are quite simple, Brynjolf. Nocturnal will allow you to become a nightingale and use your abilities for whatever you wish. And in return, both in life and in death, you must serve as a guardian of the Twilight Sepulchre.
Aye, there's always a catch. But at this point, I suppose there isn't much to lose. If it means the end of Mercer Frey, you can count me in.
What about you? Are you ready to transact the oath with Nocturnal? Good. After I open the gate, please stand on the western circle.
I think we should trust the lass and take the deal. I think we should trust the lass and take the deal.
We'll speak when the oath is complete.
This is enough to make your head spin, eh?
I call upon you, Lady Nocturnal, Queen of Murk, and Empress of Shadow. Hear my voice.
Ah, Carlia. I was wondering when I'd hear from you again. Lose something, did we?
My lady, I've come before you to throw myself upon your mercy, and to accept responsibility for my failure.
You're already mine, Carlia. Your terms were struck long ago. What could you possibly offer me now?
I have two others that wish to transact the oath, to serve you both in life and in death.
You surprise me, Carlia. This offer is definitely weighted in my favor.
My appetite for Mercer's demise exceeds my craving for wealth, Your Grace.
Revenge. How interesting. Very well. The conditions are acceptable. You may proceed.
Lady Nocturnal, we accept your terms. We dedicate ourselves to you as both your avengers and your sentinels. We will honor our agreement in this life and the next until your conditions have been met.
Very well. I name your initiates Nightingale, and I restore your status to the same, Carlisle. And in the future, I'd suggest you refrain from disappointing me again.
Now that you've transacted the oath, it's time to reveal the final piece of the puzzle to you. Mercer's true crime. Mercer was able to unlock the Guild's vault without 2 keys because of what he stole from the Twilight Sepulchre, the skeleton key. By doing this, he's compromised our ties to Nocturnal, and in essence, caused our luck to run dry. Well, yes, but the key isn't only restricted to physical barriers. All of us possess untapped abilities, the potential to wield great power securely sealed within our minds. Once you realize the key can access these traits, potential becomes limitless. I'm afraid that's impossible. If the key isn't returned to its lock in the Twilight Sepulchre, things will never be the same for the Guild. As time passed, our luck would diminish to the point of non-existence, and whether you know it or not, our uncanny luck defines our trade. Very true. In our line of work, it's quite rare we set out to return a stolen item to its rightful owner. Before we depart, Brynjolf has some business to discuss. I suggest you listen to him.
Listen, lass. There's one last piece of business we need to settle before we go after Mercer. The leadership of the Guild. Carlia and I had a long discussion before you arrived here. Thanks to your efforts, Mercer's treachery has been exposed. After we deal with him, all that remains is restoring the guild to its full strength. As a result, we both feel that you have the potential of replacing Mercer as leader of the Thieves Guild. I've been at this game a long time, my friend. A long time. I've stolen trinkets from nobles and framed priests for murder. I'm good at what I do, maybe even one of the best, but it's all I know. I've never been one to lead. Never desired it, never cared for it. Don't want it. Well, we have a bit of an errand to run before your coronation, so don't get sentimental on me now. Then it's decided. When this is all over and Delvin's contacts assure me that we've regained our footing in Skyrim, we'll handle the details. Until then, we have quite the task ahead. I've been poring over the plans you brought us, and I'm convinced the eyes of the Falmer are in the Dwarven ruins at Erkenthand. Carlia and I will meet you there. Prepare yourself, lass. This will be a fight to remember. Aye. And some of what Carlia said is starting to make sense. Mercer may have damaged our reputation and raided our coffers. This goes well beyond even his twisted form of larceny. Old Delvin kept calling it a curse, and we all laughed at him. Looks like the joke's on us. If you would have asked me that yesterday, I'd have said no. But now I think our chances have improved. Look, call me crazy if you like, but I trust Carlia. I don't think she'd lead us down a suicidal path. Besides, I'd rather die with some of Mercer's blood on my blade than spend the rest of my life regretting that I ran the other way.
With the skeleton key missing from the Twilight Sepulchre, I'm afraid Mercer's seen to it that none of us can benefit from Nocturnal's gifts. You merely transacted the oath, signed the unwritten contract with Nocturnal. In order for us to receive our abilities, our end of the bargain, I'm afraid the key must be returned. If Nocturnal was truly displeased with me, with any of us, she wouldn't have answered my call. I have no doubt that we still hold her favor, and I believe it gives us enough of an edge to defeat Mercer Frey. Yes, now that you're a Nightingale, you may consider this your home. You'll find that this place offers many things that will help you in your endeavors, as well as a wealth of information for you to learn. Once the skeleton key has been restored to the Twilight Sepulchre, I'll make this place my home as well.
Let's move faster. The sun is... It's not great for my skin, if you know what I mean.
You're that one from the college. Heard about you. Mortal? What are you doing here like that? No, no, you must get away. If I'm seen talking to you, they'll blame me.
Do you need something? I knew you'd miss me. Yes? All right, let's see what you have. I think you'll need to find some arrows first. Only elven ones will work for this, remember? I don't think you can ever be ready to kill your parent. I'm doing my best to not think of him as my father anymore. We've got enough to worry about right now. You stay focused, and I'll worry about me. If you think it'll help.
So, you've returned. Is your pet keeping you entertained?
You know why we're here.
Of course I do. You disappoint me, Serana. You've taken everything I provided for you and thrown it all away for this pathetic being.
Provided for me? Are you insane? You've destroyed our family. You've killed other vampires all over some prophecy that we barely understand. No more. I'm done with you. You will not touch her.
So, I see this dragon has fangs. Your voice drips with the venom of your mother's influence. How alike you've become.
No. Because unlike her, I'm not afraid of you. Not anymore.
And you. It appears I have you to thank for turning my daughter against me. I knew it was only a matter of time before your ambition outgrew your loyalty. A small price to pay for the betterment of our kind. Oh, come now. Spare me your notions of kinship. You've simply used Serana in an attempt to take away what should rightfully be mine. The vampire is eternal, and with immortality comes the revelation that these bonds never endure. It's fleeting, momentary at best. Yes, quite. I'm growing weary of speaking to you and my traitorous daughter. I'll give you a single chance to turn over the bow to me. There will not be a second. Very well, then. You leave me no choice. I'll raise the flesh of your bones.
that's done. I'm not sure. I'll probably stay here, for as long as they'll let me. I think we can rebuild here. Make my family's legacy something more respectable. Of course, if you've got any more adventures planned. That's what I wanted to hear.
Lord Harkon defeated. I never imagined I'd see the day. My lady, you have my deepest sympathies. I am sure this was not easy for you.
He was out of control, Garen. It had to be done. I'm not happy about this. He was still my father. But I suppose my father really died a long time ago. This was just the end of something else.
Of course, my dear. All will be well now. You are worth very little if you're not one of us. Serana can change that. I suggest you ask her to.
Where's the last batch of alchemy ingredients I asked you for?
Yes, that. There were, well, complications.
I don't want to hear about it. I want what I asked for.
Yes, Farron, of course. I'll see to it.
Quite bold to return here as a mortal. Some will take offense. You really ought to become one of us again. Bad for your health, otherwise.
You're mortal. What are you doing here like that? No, you must get away. If I'm seen talking to you, they'll blame me.
Can you imagine it? A world without a sun. We would all have been doomed, vampires and men alike.
I leave politics to others. I serve the lord of the castle.
Look at you, mortal, weak. I suggest you have Serana change you back, at once.
Sit down and enjoy yourself. There's plenty for all.
If you're not one of us, you're just another piece of meat. Talk to Serana, and decide which you want to be.
You can't walk around here like some common mortal. Ask Serana to make you one of us again, before someone makes a meal out of you.
What now? I'll be at Castle Volkihar if you need me.